Welcome back to Studio 5 on Darin's birthday. Happy birthday.
Gosh, thanks. The big 5-0. What's this? 5-0?
There you
is that
go.
Right? Okay.
We're going to read some of your comments here in just a little bit. So hurry and give Darin a Facebook wish on his birthday, his big birthday, and we'll maybe read it here in just a couple of minutes. Right now, a topic I think all moms, certainly all parents can connect with. Okay, between kids, gosh, dance lessons, homework, sports, classes, and then a little playtime hopefully in there somewhere. Family connections can be really tough to find.
So Connie Sokol, she's the author of the new book, Faithful, Fit, and Fabulous, says by creating pockets of time in predictable places, you can more consistently connect. I don't understand. How do we do this?
That was good.
We have the times that we sort of do, and we just create pockets while they're there? Or?
Yes. Well, I think we overlook it. And I think studies show that parents and children have about 5 minutes of meaningful conversation a day. And I think that's because parents start to think they've got to create a time to hang out with their children. But actually, it's already in the schedule if you'll take a look. So the first place really is the drive time. A lot of times we get in the car and the kids have got their stuff in their ears, so you can feel really good about turning off the radio, requesting their earbuds to come out and just have some connection. In fact, we posted a question on Facebook about how you connect with your kids, and I loved one girl, Jennifer Gerard. She talked about how the parents turn off their cell phones and their iPads and their electronic devices, and I thought that's a great point. It's so tempting. You get in the car and you think, oh, I'll just hurry make some calls while I'm dropping her off at blah, blah, blah. But instead, if you look at it and say, okay, I'm going to ask them about their day, and don't ask, how was your day? You'll get nothing, zip. But if you ask specifics, like, who'd you hang with at lunch today, or who'd you play with at recess, or how did that English test go, you'll start getting a little bit more of those information nuggets, and that will come in handy later. So that's really helpful.
So you're really turning on the interview skills. Yes,
and it's not a Diane Sawyer. You don't want to be an interrogation. You want to just let that flow and make it more like a friend dialogue. So it's really good to ask, once you ask those questions, to ask one follow-up question for something they're sharing, like an experience or an event or something. Oh, well, why did you do that? Or, well, what did you do when she said that? So that it becomes more of a friend dialogue rather than mom's just checking up on my day.
Which, you know, it's so true. If the parents will turn the radio off, or just, if they themselves, because that's hard to do. It's much easier just to turn the radio on and mindlessly drive. It's hard work.
Oh yeah, you're exhausted. Yeah, and your mind's full, and you can hear people, and you go, oh, I've got to hurry and get Bobby to so-and-so. But if you take a deep breath and just say, you know, just for right now, I'm just going to be with them for 3 minutes, 4 minutes, or whatever, you'll find that they really will start responding, and they'll start getting used to that fact that you're going to actually listen. And I so encourage just to keep the judgment calls and the gasps to a minimum and deal with it later, because they're going to share things. My friend got a tattoo, and you're going to go, you know, save it for later. It doesn't mean you're condoning it, but just listen. Gary and Joy Lundberg, great book called I Don't Have to Make Everything All Better. Oh, they talk about validation. So huge with our children. We do not listen enough. And they say validation is listen, 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 and understand. And so while you're driving side by side, just listen and nod, listen and nod. Then deal with the issues later. And they'll be more open to you in the future.
I'm still a little stunned by that first statistic you threw out. So 5 minutes a day on average that parents have with their children. In addition to car time, how can we create more conversation and chat time in the home?
Well, I encourage you to create a chat room. Okay, how hilarious is that? But truly, this could be a bedroom, a back deck, the kitchen counter, but it needs to be a place that they can predictably count on you being there at a general time. Like, you're not duct taped there, but they know, okay, mom's generally going to be there. So when they're ready to talk, they're not searching for you around the house, and they'll lose interest. They'll go find something else. So if they know, then they'll come and talk. And for example, at our house, my kids know between 9 and 9:30, I'm in my jams, I'm in bed, I got my book and my journal, and they know where I'm going to be. So when they come home from their activities, it's so fun. I hear the door close, and I hear thump, 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 thump coming up the stairs, and I just know. And they come in, they take a chair, they sit on the bed, they give me a foot rub. They don't know that's optional. And it's so great. We just sit and chat. And when they can relax in an environment like that, they're more likely to give you more scoops. So if you have a place like that, think, do I have some snacks? Do I have some low lighting? I mean, it sounds kind of goofy, like it's a therapist couch, but really, if you have an environment that's conducive for them to want to open up, wow, it'll just be like a river. It just starts to flow.
And is this something, like you said, we're subtly just setting up and creating, and habitually we're hoping the kids gather there, or do we state this is where we talk?
No, do not, because as soon as you state it, then they will run. But make sure you just make yourself available. And you know how it is with teenagers especially, it's when they're ready. So the more that they know where you are in a predictable time and place, the more that they will open up to you. And they'll get in this rhythm of being able to trust. Again, not judging, being open, being available, they'll start opening.
I love the idea of snacks. Then that'll get the kids
Absolutely.
They'll come whining and banging on the door to come talk to you.
Right? If you got Chips Ahoy, you get a lot of mileage out of that.
Okay, so we've increased our time in the car.
Yes.
We've increased our time with the chat room. Where else can we find one of these little pockets of time to do something?
Well, that's the one-on-one time, and that is so vital. It is so key for helping prevent drugs and drinking and a slew of other things. It really is that one-on-one time, and that they can count on. They know that it's coming up. So it's really, again, parents just usually go, wow, there's not enough time in our schedule as it is. But again, it's time we're overlooking. So check your schedule and say, when am I already alone with this child? Taking Bobby to football, taking Susie to dance. Then just elongate it. Stop for 15 minutes and get an ice cream cone, and stop worrying about the fat grams. Oh, women, if we can just sit, look at their eyeballs, chat, talk, get more intense about their day, and really get to a deeper level. 15 minutes, and then mix it up. Maybe you say, okay, oh, you got that ballet. I know you love ballet. Maybe we'll go to that on that next Friday. And mix it up to 15 minutes here, an hour and a half there, where you're really giving them that kind of extra attention that they know is coming. My husband and I, we have 6 kids, and my husband and I, we alternate every other child. And so within 2 months, we know we've got some eyeballs within that time, and they crave it. And if you can especially connect it with their interests, which sometimes, honestly, I mean, Legos. I know everything there is to know about Legos, but it's so important to connect it with one of their interests, and then that just opens them up even more. One of our sons, he loved the Harry Potter books, and so we go to those midnight releases of the books. Oh my gosh, propping my eyes open with toothpicks. I'm like, oh, eating Bertie Bott's beans at midnight, really. But those are really coins in their emotional bank account, and my son is in college, and he still talks about that. So it's just really looking for those pockets already, when I'm already with them, expanding it just a little more, and then creating some moments that you say, that's our time, and nothing's getting in the way, and that creates a memory maker of that connection.
Connie, love it. Great advice, great insights, making the most of those already there minutes and moments. We'll post more of Connie's tips, including information on her website and book, on our website, studio5.ksl.com. And when we come back, a little surprise party for Darin going on right now online. We'll read your comments next.